Hi friends, how are you doing today? I hope that you're doing amazing and fantastic and wonderful. Let's dive in to my summer, my very uh risky, or shall I say what's the word I'm looking for? Intimidating, ballsy, TBR. These are the books that I hope that I can get through for June, July, and August. So, without further ado, let's dive in. All right, so the first two books I'm going to talk about are from Ellie Alexander. So this is A Death in the Dark and then Murder at the Mansion. And you guys saw that I recently got this in the mail from Ellie. She's one of my really good friends. And I did not realize that I did not read book 2 in the novel Detectives. I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait, I remember the first one in the novel Detectives. And I'm like, and she sent me book 2, right? And then I looked on my Goodreads and I had marked this as read. And I remember why is because I normally listen to these on audio because the audiobook narrator is just absolutely fantastic with this. The first book in this series is called A Very Novel Murder. And so you'll want to pick up this one. This is a companion series to her secret bookcase series, which I have right here. I have all of them right here in this lovely area. If I can point at things. Come on, Courtney, get with it. And the first book in that series is called The Body in the Bookstore. And basically we follow in that series, our main character is Annie, and she is trying to run this absolutely beautiful mystery bookstore in California. It's on a mansion. It's like a mansion estate, and it's really amazing and fantastic. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but that series is complete. And then she wrote a spinoff with the same main character, and one of the other, actually all of the characters from that original series are in this new series, but this new series focuses on the Novel Detectives Agency. And so this is the first one in that series, A Very Novel Murder. And I need to catch up by reading A Death in the Dark. Oh, I love these covers so much. Dawn Adams does an amazing job on book covers. And then A Murder at the Mansion. So this book is the newest book in the series. It's based in Redwood Grove, and it's just so cozy and so amazing. And if you love, like, Ellie does an amazing job at creating characters and towns that you fall in love with. Like, I mean, I have read every single book in her Bake Shop Mystery series. They have made me laugh, cry, like get irate. Like I love she's amazing at writing the mysteries, right? But she's even more just phenomenal at writing characters and like their growth arc, like their arcs, their story arcs, and it's so damn good. Pick these up if you haven't, but these two are on my TBR because I need to catch up with her writing. She is just knocking it out of the park. This shelf right here, all of this shelf except for this book. That one should go to my Janice Hallett bookshelf. All of these books right here and this whole entire shelf right here are all Ellie Alexander. I'm pretty sure I own damn near every single one of her books, and I have read damn near every single one of her books. So if you get any recommendations from me, Ellie Alexander is a must. The next 3 books I have that I'm going to read are the last 3 in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. So I know that this series is all over Book Talk, Bookstagram, BookTube, all of that, but it's rightly so. This is the very first series that I have ever loved so much that I tattooed myself for it. So I have the Mountains of Valaris on my rib cage over here, And I love this series, and I hadn't read it since I think 2018 or 2019. Um, and so she just announced a few months ago that books 6 and 7 are going to be coming out. 6 is coming out, I think, in October, and then 7's coming out in like January or February. And I want to be up to date with all of them because so I'm currently reading A Court of Wings and Ruin. I think I'm on like chapter 17 or 18. I read them physically the first time around because it was before I got into audiobooks. And so now I'm reading it via audiobook, and I'm enjoying it even more. And so yeah, so I'm reading A Court of Wings and Ruin, and then I'm going to read A Court of Frost and Starlight. So this was the last one of those that I read. And I was meh about A Court of Frost and Starlight. I did get the special edition with the artwork on the inside. But I was kind of meh about it. It was very, I don't know, it was like a side episode is how I would describe it, is a side episode. It's set during Christmas or like the winter solstice and all of that stuff. And then I've never read A Court of Silver Flames, which is supposed to be Nesta and Cassian's story. So, ooh, that's really pretty. I have not looked at the book naked. One, it's orange, but look at the inside. That's really pretty. And this one's a chunker. I think that this one might be the biggest one in the series. It's over 700 pages. But so I want to catch up with these ones to make sure that like when book 6 and 7 come out, that I have everything all fresh in my mind. And so those are big books to begin with, right? Like they're just huge. I don't know how much reading, like sit down reading, I'm going to be able to do. Which, speaking of sit down reading, the only way I will read Janice Hallett is by sitting down and reading it physically. So I just got in from England Janice Hallett's second book in a box full of murders. This is a middle grade mystery. This is Death at the Museum. The first book is A Box Full of Murders up here, which I also read physically. And look at the freaking cover. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's so cool. So I also got this mailed to me from England. But A Box Full of Murders is about this brother and sister who, in this book, they stumble upon a mystery of a death that occurred at this summer camp that they go to and or that they learn about. So they crack the case, and it's told like an epistolary novel. So through like newspaper, through text messages, through emails, through like looking at old journal entries. It's so freaking cool. So when I saw that Janice Hallett was coming out with a second book in this series, I instantly, like, she is a instant order. I don't even hesitate at all. And so this one is Death at the Museum. And the setup is, imagine an old museum with more secrets than anyone could ever guess. A school trip that ends in murder, a crime unsolved for decades, but who did it? Guys, and it's the same thing, right? Like, it's got like journal entries and text messages and emails and like pictures and all of these things. And this is only devoured via me sitting my butt down and reading it that way. Hands down. No ifs, ands, or buts. That is how it's going to happen. So I have to sit down and physically read that one. There's no other way for me to do that. The next two books I am reading is only because, like, one, I am enjoying it, but I want to be a completist when it comes to Sarah J. Maas. And so I had never picked up the Crescent City books. And so I have book 2 and 3. I am currently popping in and out of this one, House of Sky and Breath. I will say that I'm not as into it as I am the ACOTAR series. Like book 1 took me a really long time to get into, probably like 100 or 150 pages. And if I hadn't have read the ACOTAR series and got through A Court of Thorns and Roses, I probably wouldn't have pushed through. Now, I did get emotionally attached to characters, rip, in the first book, but so these are sort of like lower on the totem pole of my reads, but I do have them if I need like a fantasy type of itch. That's there. But my Court of Thorns and Roses, like that is a high goal. Like I have to get those read through because I want to be able to be prepared. For the Cozy Escape Book Club for June, we are reading Smile Beach Murder by Alicia Bassett. This is an Outer Banks Bookshop mystery series. And the theme for June was like a beachy theme. So for my book club, what I do is every single month has a theme, and then I find 3 books of that theme and put it on my Patreon to vote. So book club is always free. My Patreon, for the most part, is always free. There are a few tiers that you can pay for if you wish. So I do a cozy of the month. And I send that out to my paid members, as well as a sort of like a newsletter kind of thing. You can go and check all of that out on my Patreon if you want. The link's always down below. But so Smile Beach Murder is about our main character who has lost her job as a big-time reporter and has to move back to the Cattails Island of where her family was originally from. We learned that and there's no spoilers so far, because I haven't even figured out the whodunit, so there's no spoilers. The main character's mother had fallen from the lighthouse and died when she was 12. And we sort of see her stumble upon trying to find a job that she doesn't feel is beneath her, which is weird because she's such a high known reporter or whatever. But she ends up going and working at a bookshop, which has these beautiful like grape wine kind of vines in the back. Very cool. But another death has occurred at the lighthouse, and it was a friend of hers whose daughter is also 12. So she feels like it is her duty to figure out what happened because she doesn't think that she jumped from depression like other people are thinking that she did. So that's for my book club. I am also wanting to pick up A Very Woodsy Murder by Ellen Byron. So I actually have, now that I've got this from my book haul from my last video, if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. And so I've got book 1 here. I'm pretty sure I have book 2 somewhere, and then she just sent me book 3 in the series. And so this is new motel owner Dee Stern has checked out the familiar comforts in Studio City and checked in to the quaint village of Found Gold. Running a rustic getaway in the woods sure beats LA traffic until murder ruins the peace and quiet. Bum, 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 bum. And I just love her covers. They are so freaking cute. I love it so much. And I love that there's like road trip, like hints and like tips and tricks, like cowboy casserole, trail mix. There is just something about having those little things at the end of a cozy mystery that I freaking love so much. Okay, so the next book that I have is The Lies of Locke Lamora. It's a fantasy series. It's the first one in the fantasy series, and our main character, I don't know a lot about it, but our main character is like a leader of a band of like con artists, I think. And so I will be reading that hopefully soon-ish, if I can pull myself out of the other books I'm reading. That's the thing that's so hard, is the fact that I just want to read what I want to read, and like the ODD in me, the oppositional defiance, is like so hard when I'm being told what to do. So I'm salty about it. And then the next one I have is The Library at Mount Char, which I know is Meredith's from Currently Reading podcast. That's one of her favorite books. Again, I don't know a whole lot about it, but it does sound really, really interesting. And it's supposed to be like a horror fantasy type of vibe. Let me know if you've read it before, but it should be interesting to read. Next month, for July, our genre guru theme is, I think, action or action adventure, something like that. But yeah, I know that was a lot. That's a lot of reading that I hope to plan to read. Let me know, what are you reading for this summer? As you can see, I don't have like a lot of beachy reads or anything like that. But yeah, I want to know, what other books should I add to my TBR? That's the end of this chapter of Courtagonist. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, happy reading. Bye.